What's up guys, my name is Dale from Create a Pro Website, and in this video I'm going to show you a complete Yoast SEO tutorial. So what we're going to be covering in this video is number 1, what is Yoast SEO? Number 2, how to set it up, and number 3, an example of how to optimize a post on your website to be most Google friendly and hopefully help your website rank higher in search. Also, if you're completely new to search engine optimization and you want a breakdown of it, I've got a video called What is SEO that I will link in the description, so feel free to check that out. Okay, so let's get started. Number 1, what is Yoast SEO? Yoast SEO is a powerful plugin that will help you optimize your website to be more easily recognized by search engines like Google, Bing, or Yandex, and ideally help your site appear higher in search results. These search engines have powerful algorithms that analyze your titles, keywords, descriptions, and even your URL structure to help you rank for specific search terms. So it helps to have a powerful tool like Yoast SEO that makes it easy to manage your titles and meta descriptions, set up targeted keywords, and even give you a readability score on your writing with suggestions for improvement, which will help you make your content stand out more to Google, as well as make it more reader friendly. Okay, so now that you know what Yoast SEO is, let me show you how to set it up. Okay, first thing that you're gonna wanna do is get into your WordPress dashboard. And this is actually the dashboard for my girlfriend's blog. And she's a complete newbie to making websites as well as blogging. So I figured this would be the perfect website to use to show you how to optimize posts step by step from start to finish, because she's written about a dozen posts that have all yet to be optimized by Yoast SEO. So first thing that we're going to do is get Yoast. So I'm going to go over to plugins and then go over to add new. Cool. And then over here on the right, you'll see the search bar, and just type in Yoast SEO and then hit enter. And then right here, you'll see the Yoast SEO plugin, which has over 5 million active installations. So you know that it's super legit. It's got 5 stars, so it's just an awesome plugin. So I'm going to click on install now. Cool. And then just click activate. Cool. So from here, you can just scroll down and find it here at the bottom, or if you go over to your left-hand menu, you'll see SEO right here with the little Y for Yoast, and then we'll just click on General. Cool, so now we're in the general settings for Yoast SEO, and it's going to give you this first time configuration, which I highly recommend doing. So I'm just going to click on the configuration wizard button. And then this whole process is going to ask you a bunch of questions to get you set up with the best settings. So it's just going to ask you if your site is live or if it's still under construction and hasn't been posted yet. In this case, her site is already live, so I'm going to click on option A and then click next. And then it's going to ask you what the website is all about. It's going to give you a bunch of options, but this one is a blog, so I'm going to click on a blog and then click on next. Okay, and then it's going to ask you if you are an organization or an individual person. And if you are an organization, you can type in your name here. So I'll just say the Nurse Journal. And then you can choose your company logo by selecting choose an image. And then I'm just going to go to upload files, select files. And then I'm going to select the Nurse Journal logo that I have here on my desktop and then open. And then select choose an image. There we go. And then you can put in all of your social media URLs if you have those. So then I'm just going to click on next. And then it will ask you what you actually want to display in search engines whenever you come up in search results. So in this case, yes, I want my posts to display. And then I also want my pages to display. And I'm just going to uncheck the My Templates. I'm just going to say no for that, as well as the My Library. I don't really have anything valuable for people in either one of those categories, so I'm just going to uncheck them. And then I'll just click on next. And then it's going to ask if you have multiple authors for this website. And I have no selected because I just have the one author. But it's okay to put yes, but just keep in mind that when you have multiple people adding content to your website, you could confuse Google if you end up with duplicate content. So they're just giving you a little warning about that. But to make things easy, I'm just going to select no and then click on next. Okay, then it's going to ask you to put in your website name, and mine's already in there. It's called the Nurse Journal. and then it's going to ask you to select a title separator, and I'll show you what this is. So if I just go up to Google, and I'm just going to type in any keyword. I'll just do nursing to stick to the whole theme here of what we're doing with this blog. And if you scroll down, as you can see, there's like this straight up and down line between the title and the subtitle. That's what the title separator is. So there's another line here. The line seems to be a very popular choice. If I scroll down, so Wikipedia uses a dash. There's really no wrong way to go. This one's 2 lines actually. So there's really no wrong way to go. You can do any one of these, but I am just going to go with the popular choice, which is the straight up and down line. With my website, createaprowebsite.com, I actually use a dash, but again, there's no wrong way to go. So I'm just going to select next. And then it's going to ask you if you want to sign up for their newsletter. You can do that by clicking on the sign up button, which gives you a bunch of cool tips on how to optimize your website further. There are so many topics on SEO. You can almost never stop learning with SEO, so I do recommend doing that. But in this case, I've already done this previously, so I'm just going to click on next. And then it's going to give you a bunch of tutorials that you can watch, but in this case, I'm not going to do that right now, so I'm going to click on next. And then cool, we've got a success message. So I'm just going to click on close. Okay, so we're back to our general Yoast SEO settings, and there's really nothing in here in our dashboard. So I'm just going to cover these tabs. So first, if we go to features, you can enable or disable all of these features, which my recommendation is just to not touch them. I just leave them all on and just let Yoast do its thing. So I'm just going to go up to Webmaster Tools. And then here is where you'll be able to verify your site with all of the different search engines. So you can see we've got 4 of them here, and Google is the most important. It's the biggest one. So I'm going to do that one right now. So in order to verify with Google, we need to use the Google Search Console. But instead of actually clicking on this button, what I'm going to do is just go up to Google, and I'm just going to type in Google Webmaster Tools and then enter. And then it's this first one right here that says Google Webmasters Resources to Track Website. I'm just going to select that and then go to Search Console. And then I'm just going to click on Start Now. And then it's going to ask me to sign in. So I am just going to select my email and then sign in. Cool. And then from here, I'm just going to select URL prefix. And then I'm just going to put in that URL. So I'm going to go over to the Nurse Journal dashboard, and I'm going to go up to the top here and just grab that URL without all the extra stuff behind it, and then go back to the Google Search Console, and I'm just going to paste that in right here, and then just click on continue. Okay, so now we're going to verify our ownership. So it's going to ask you if you want to download this file, but my personal opinion, it's the easiest way to verify your site is just to click on HTML tag right here in the other verification methods. And then I'm just going to copy this meta tag right here. And then I'm going to go back to my dashboard for my Webmaster Tools in WordPress. And I'm just going to paste that in the Google verification code section. And then just click on Save Changes. Cool. So now that that's done, we're going to go back to the Google Search Console, and I'm just going to click on Verify for the HTML tag. Cool. Ownership verified. So now I'm just going to click Go to Property. Cool. So now we're inside our dashboard for Google Search Console. And here's where you're going to be able to see a bunch of analytics on how your site is performing on Google and how it's showing up in search results. And you can also fix indexing errors and all sorts of stuff in here, but you really don't need to worry about any of that because we're going to be doing everything through WordPress. And I don't have any analytics here yet because we just signed up for this. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to optimize your blog posts using Yoast SEO. So writing a bunch of helpful posts for your website is a great way to help you show up in Google because Google wants to display websites that provide really valuable content for certain niches. So in this case, the niche is nursing for this blog. So what I'm going to do is just go over to Posts, And here you can see all of the blog posts that she's written, and none of these have been optimized yet. And you can actually see that if you go over here to the readability score. This is with Yoast, so you can see that none of these are green, and I'll talk more about that later. So I'm just going to select one of her blog posts and show you how to optimize it. So I'm going to go with this one, which is nursing school, which one is right for you? And then here you can see the full blog post that she's written. And you don't need to be a professional writer or a professional at WordPress in order to get started with writing blog posts. You can really just open them up in a Word document like this and just start writing all of your advice and your thoughts on a certain niche. And then you can just copy everything over into the WordPress editor, and then you can format it like that. So anyway, I'm going to scroll down, and there is a Yoast SEO section at the bottom here. So I'm just going to open that up. And then here you can see there is a preview of how your blog post is going to look if it were to be displayed on Google. So we've got a few errors with this one. So you can see we've got a title separator here and then the exact same separator here. It doesn't look great. It's not bad, but it doesn't look great. And then there's also no meta description. So it just says, please provide a meta description, yada, yada, yada. But before we work on this, the number one thing that we need to determine is our key phrase. This is extremely important. So this key phrase is what somebody would type into Google, and then you ideally want your blog post to show up when somebody types that in. So in this case, I would want this blog post to show up for nursing school. And then if you need help determining which key phrases to go for, which ones are being searched the most on Google, you can just go up to Google and I will show you a little trick. So I'm just going to type in nursing school into Google. And then as you can see, I've got a plugin over here on the right for Google Chrome. And this plugin is called Keywords Everywhere. And what it does is it tells me how much this term is searched every month. So up here it says 74,000 times in a month, which is quite a bit. So this is a good one to go for. But that also means that the competition could be high. And then it will tell me related keywords like best nursing schools get searched 8,000 times in a month. So this is a really helpful free plugin, and you can get it by just going into Google and typing in Keywords Everywhere, and it should be the very first link. And then you can just install it for Chrome, which you can see it right up here. So that was just a helpful little tip. So I'm just going to go back. And if you want to know more about focus keywords, you can just click on the little question mark here, and that will bring you to a Yoast SEO article that will answer a bunch of questions for you. Okay, so now I'm going to work on this title here. So I'm going to get rid of this separator and put in a different one. So I'm going to go up to top, and I'm just going to grab this one and put in something like a dash. That way, when we go down, that is more how it's going to look. So nursing school, which one is right for you? And it's by the Nurse Journal. And we can further edit this by just clicking on the Edit Snippet button. And this will show you how it's going to be displayed. So it's title, then page, then separator, then site title. And if you'd like to change the order of this, all you have to do is just delete them. And then you can just click on Insert Snippet Variable and put them in correct order, starting from first to last. But I'm going to leave it the way that it is. And then I'm going to go down, and here's where we want to put in a meta description. So this is really important. Google is going to read this and look for that exact same focus key phrase in there. So you want to work this key phrase into your meta description somehow. So in this case, if I go over to excerpt right here, she already has one written. So choosing the best nursing school to fit your needs is scary and challenging. So in this article, I cover several factors to help you decide. So I'm going to copy that and just put that as the meta description because I want that to show up in Google right here. So as you can see, it's already highlighted nursing school, which is our key phrase. So that's really important. So just a 1 to 2 sentence meta description is perfect, and make sure that it contains the keyword. Okay, so I'm just going to click on update just to save my work. Cool. So I'm going to move down, and we're going to go to SEO analysis right here. And open that up, and here is your readability score. So it's going to give you problems as well as things that you're doing well, and then it will also give you some orange ones that just need general improvement. So I'm going to go through some of these problems and show you how to fix them. So first, we've got internal links, and it says that no internal links appear on this page. So basically it's saying it wants me to link to different blog posts that are also on the nursejournal.com. So it wants me to put more of that in this article, because it is really good when your articles all jump to one another. That way somebody will stay on your site longer, which will look good to Google. So I'm going to work that in right now. So in this case, she talked about the NCLEX, which is an exam. So let's see right here. So something about passing the NCLEX. So NCLEX is like a nursing exam. So what I'm going to do is highlight that, and then I'm going to click link, and then I'm going to put in a link to another article. So I am just going to go back to posts, and then she's got an article here called Nursing School, How to Pass the NCLEX. So I'm going to select that. And then over here underneath preview, underneath permalink, you'll see the entire URL. So I'm just going to grab that and click copy. And make sure not to include that little button. And then I'm going to go back and paste that in here. And then just click on enter or apply. So there we go. So now if somebody clicks on that, it will go to that article. So now if I scroll all the way down again, that internal links problem is now gone. So as you can see, it's in the good results section. And you can add more if you've got a lot more blog posts. So now we've got the key phrase is missing in the introduction. So the keyword nursing school is not showing up in the first paragraph. And it is right here, but this is actually a heading. So what it means is this text right here. So what I'm going to do is reword this first sentence. So it says, with all the options available today, it can be daunting to try to pick schools to apply to. So I should say, it can be daunting to pick a nursing school. Like that. And now if we scroll all the way down, that is now in the green section, key phrase and introduction. So cool, we solved that one. Okay, so next we've got key phrase in the subheading. So this basically means that we're not using the keyword enough in these subheadings. So this is a subheading right here. This is one. So these are actually H2. It doesn't matter which one that you choose, just as long as these are subheadings. So you want to naturally work that keyword in there wherever you can without going too crazy with it, because you don't want every single one to say the exact same keyword. It's just not going to look like it's very good writing. So for here, I can work it in. So what does it take to get in? To nursing school. Easy enough. And then you want to do it to at least one more. So I can just do nursing school location and size. So those were fairly natural, and you can work it in anywhere else you see fit, but that should be enough to get that to go away, which it did. Cool. And then the last of our problems is that we don't have any images that appear in this blog post. And images are great because they help separate all of your content and make it easier to absorb. So what I'm going to do is put some images on there, and then they're going to need some alt text. So I'm just going to put an image, let's say underneath here. So what I'm going to do is just select this one spot, and then I'm going to go to add, and then I'm going to go to image, and then I'm going to go to media library, and I'm just going to grab the image that I want to put in, and then click select, and then here is my image. So now what you can do is add some alt text to basically tell Google what this image is about, and Google will actually read that. So what I'm going to do is just type in nursing school online versus in person, because this is kind of a pros and cons list for the two. Cool. So now if I just scroll down, that problem is now gone, and now we've got all good results. And ideally you'd want to add more images in here, which she actually did, and I removed them for the sake of showing you how to solve these issues. So we'll have to put those back for her. So now here's a few other tips that could help you with SEO. So if I scroll down, you will see there's a button here that says Cornerstone Content. If you have an article that is your main article and you want it to be basically your star article, then you would want to check this on, because I'll show you if I go to createaprowebsite.com and I scroll down, I have a how to create a website article that's actually on my homepage, and it's a huge article, and it is my star article. So this is what I would want to be my cornerstone content. So if you have one of those, you can check that on. Otherwise, just leave it off. And then over here, it helps to have a permalink, which is a URL that is as close to the keyword as possible. So if I don't already have something that is the nursejournal.com/nursing school, then I should make this it, like that, because that's as close to the key phrase that we want as possible. And then I'm going to scroll down, and then you can also add categories to it. So as you can see, we've got 4 categories here, and if you want to add more, you can just click Add New. And this is under the advice category. You can add tags. So I've got 3 of them added right now. They're not vitally important, but it could help. So I do recommend doing it. And then we can also add a featured image. It helps a lot with making the article look better, and Google does like images. So I'm going to click Set Featured Image, and then I'm just going to grab one. So let's just say this one, and then I'll click Select. Cool. And then I'm just going to go up to Update, and then Preview. Cool. And now here is our finished article that is all SEO friendly and ready to go. Alright guys, so that was a Yoast SEO tutorial for beginners. And if this is your very first time watching one of my videos, then please feel free to check out the rest of my channel. I've got tutorials on everything website related. I've got tutorials on how to make websites from scratch. I've got tutorials on how to make money online, and even making e-commerce websites. And rumor has it, for every new subscriber that I get, a baby giraffe is born on the African savannah. So do it for the baby giraffes, guys. Alright, I will see you on the next video.